All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking about one of the absolute best retirement tools out there for federal and military folks, the Thrift Savings Plan, or TSP. We're going to break down exactly what makes it such a powerhouse. I mean, really think about that for a second. What if, just by saving for your own future, your employer just gave you extra money every single time you got paid? Well, that's not some fantasy scenario. It's the reality of the TSP. So what is it, really? At its core, the TSP is a retirement savings plan. If you've ever heard of a 401k in the corporate world, it's a lot like that. Think of it as your personal savings account for the future, but with some pretty incredible built-in advantages. So here's our game plan. We're going to walk through why the TSP is such a big deal, then get into how you actually fuel the account, talk about a really big tax choice you have to make, see how your money actually grows, and then wrap it all up with the key things you need to do. Okay, let's start with the big picture. Why do we keep calling this thing a power tool? What makes it such a game changer for your financial future? Well, there are a ton of perks. The savings happen automatically, right out of your paycheck, so you don't even have to think about it. You get a solid choice of investment funds with crazy low fees, and that's a huge deal because it means more of your money actually stays in your pocket, working for you. You also get to choose how it's taxed. But the real star of the show, the thing that makes the TSP so special, is the matching contributions from your agency or service. Which brings us right into Section 2. How do we get this retirement engine started? This is where we get into the nitty-gritty, and more importantly, where we talk about that free money. Now, the great news here is that if you're a newer federal employee or you're under the blended retirement system, you're probably already doing this. This system is set up to automatically enroll you to contribute 5% of your pay. And that is fantastic because, as you're about to see, 5% is the magic number. Okay, so let's break down how this match actually works, step by step. First off, your agency or service puts in 1% of your pay for you automatically. You get that even if you contribute 0. That's step 1. Then, when you put in your first 3%, they match you dollar for dollar. That's another 3% for you. And finally, when you contribute the next 2%, they match half of that, kicking in another 1%. So you add it all up. And boom, that's the power of the match. You put in 5% of your own money, but a total of 10% is going into your account. Let that sink in. Your 5% plus their 5%. That is a 100% return on your investment instantly. There is no better deal in personal finance. If you're not contributing at least 5%, you are literally leaving free money on the table with every single paycheck. All right, so you've got that 10% pouring into your account. Awesome. The next huge decision you have to make is how you want that money to be treated for tax purposes. This brings us to the big choice, traditional or Roth. Let's put them side by side. With a traditional TSP, your contributions are pre-tax. That just means the money comes out of your paycheck before the government calculates your income taxes. The immediate win? It lowers your taxable income today, so your tax bill is smaller right now. The catch is you'll pay taxes on that money when you withdraw it in retirement. Now, the Roth TSP is the total opposite. You contribute with after-tax dollars, so no tax break today, but, and this is a huge but, all of your qualified withdrawals in retirement are completely 100% tax-free. That includes everything you put in and all the money it earned over the years. Oh, and notice that really important detail. No matter what you pick, the match from your agency always goes into the traditional side. So how on earth do you choose? Well, the simple rule of thumb is to think about whether your tax rate is higher now or if you expect it to be higher in retirement. So ask yourself these questions. If you're young, maybe in a lower tax bracket, and you expect your income to grow a lot, paying taxes now with the Roth could be a brilliant move. You're basically locking in today's lower tax rate forever on that money. But if you're in your peak earning years right now and think your income will be lower in retirement, then taking the tax break today with the traditional TSP might make more sense. Okay, the money's flowing in, you've made your tax choice. Now for the really fun part, making that money grow into a whole lot more money. And that's all about your investment choices. The TSP keeps it pretty simple with 5 main funds. You've got the G fund, which is super safe. It's invested in government securities and guaranteed not to lose principal. The F fund is a bond fund. Then you have the stock funds. C fund tracks the big 500 U.S. companies. The S fund is for smaller U.S. companies. And the I fund invests in international stocks. Now, you can mix these all up yourself, but honestly, there's a much easier way. And that would be the Lifecycle funds.
or L funds. Think of these as the TSP's set it and forget it button. You just pick the fund with the date closest to when you think you'll retire, and it handles all the complicated stuff for you. It's like putting your retirement savings on autopilot.
Here's how it works. Let's say you're planning to retire around 2065, so you pick the L 2065 fund. Right now, with decades to go, that fund is going to be really aggressive, mostly in stocks, aiming for maximum growth. But here's the cool part. As you get closer to 2065, the fund automatically, slowly, shifts your money into the safer G and F funds. It does all the rebalancing for you to protect your nest egg as you approach retirement. It's brilliant. And why does starting early in investing matter so much? Just look at this chart. Over a 40-year career, that small bar on the left, that's the money you actually put in from your paychecks. And that giant bar on the right, that's what your money earned. That's the magic of compounding. Your money makes money, and then that money starts making its own money. The key takeaway here is that the vast majority of your retirement savings won't be what you saved. It will be what your savings earned. Now, of course, life happens. Sometimes you might need to tap into this money before you officially retire. So let's do a quick flyby on how that works. While you're still working, you've basically got two main options. You can take out a loan, where you're essentially borrowing from yourself and paying yourself back with interest. For more serious situations, you can apply for an in-service withdrawal, like for a documented financial hardship. Just be careful, because taking money out early can come with some hefty tax bills, and of course, it slows down your growth. Then, once you separate from service, the doors swing wide open. You can set up monthly payments, take it all out at once, or even use it to buy an annuity that pays you for life. Whew, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's boil all of this down into the most important things you can and should do right now. This quote from the TSP's own materials really says it all. Your single greatest advantage when it comes to investing is time. Every single day you wait is a day of lost growth you can never get back. The best time to start saving was yesterday. The second best time is today. So here's your action plan. First, as soon as this is over, log into your TSP account and check your contribution. Are you putting in at least 5%? If not, fix that. Get your full match. Second, take a look at your traditional versus Roth election. Does it still make sense for your life right now? And third, if you're feeling overwhelmed by the investment options, just pick an L fund that matches your retirement date. It is the simplest path to a smart, diversified portfolio. Look, the TSP is an absolutely incredible tool that's designed to help you build a secure retirement. You now have the knowledge, you have a clear plan. Your retirement journey truly starts now, so what's your first step going to be?